right, so now we need to have a conversation on shipping charges. When it comes to adding shipping or freight, there are a lot of things that you need to know. Number one are based off of miles. They are also based off of weight. These two right here are risk mitigation. You need to pay attention to risk mitigation when it comes to shipping. These are the two things you always must be thinking about, which are miles and weight. If you have 140 locations and you price each location the same on the same line item, what will happen is it will start to eat away your profit. And here is why. Logistically, anyone in trucking knows the rate does not stay the same. Therefore, you need to negotiate a rate based off the routing or designation codes. Every single location, all 118 are at a different location. So let's just say, I'll give you a good example. We have candy, right? The candy needs to go to 112 locations over a 1 year period, right? How many times do you think that's going to change? We have to look at the market, and we also must look at weight and the miles. That freight rate is going to change so much, and what happens is if you price it at the same exact rate, what's going to happen is it's going to start eating at your profit. So let's say you charge one location $100 for the freight shipment, right? What happens is the next one could be $300, but you decided to price the federal government at $100 for every single shipment. Now what happens is you're delivering to another location, and that location has a different amount of miles and a different amount of weight. So now you're in the position where you're eating your profits. I'm pretty sure 100% you counted that. When it comes to shipping charges on these contracts, you must pay attention to the miles and the weight. If you have 112 locations that are currently being serviced and you are trying to run the same exact rate, give the same exact price on every location, it is not feasible for your business. It will eat up your profit like crazy. So when it is time for you to have conversations about shipping, you need to be very clear on the rate. And if you have an agency that is asking for something specific, as in, we want the same rate for every location, you need to either one, negotiate that, or two, have a conversation with your subcontractor, because there are not many freight companies that can hold the same rate each time. It is not logistically preferred. It is also not logistically smart for a company to give you the same rate. Something going 100 miles is priced differently than something going 200 miles based off the miles and the weight of the shipment. So when you are negotiating and talking to your subcontractors and your agencies, you must know logistically that these two play a huge factor. Another one that plays factor is fuel. These are dynamics that are changing often. The price today in the freight market is not the price tomorrow. If you're in logistics, you know that. If not, you now have this video to go off of to understand that yes, things need to be shipped within the contract, but you need to be made aware that these two things are always changing: the miles and the weight. Fuel is another one that you can add, because the rate of fuel is changing at a rapid pace as well. So two ways: negotiate with your agency so your profits do not get eaten up. Also, be clear, open, and honest with your subcontractor right? And then you can zone. So let's say you have 112 locations. We'll put 50 here, 50 here, 50 here. What you can do is zone. You can zone 50 here for $100, zone another 50 here for 300. That way you have a base knowledge and understanding of what is going on in each zone. Then you can get closest to the rate per mile. Okay, now I know this because I'm in logistics, but I think it's important to tell you that shipping will eat away at your profit if you are not careful and you do not follow these two things. All right, so we're working smarter in government contracting. We are not working harder, okay?